Hi everyone, it's Cheryl here from ideasforcardmaking.net, and I'm here today for Couture Creations, and I'm going to very quickly show you how to use these new Flourish and Thrive stencil, stamp and die sets. And the one I'm using today is this one here, which is the box leaf Waxflowers. This brochure actually shows you what order to do them in, but it doesn't really matter. So you stamp it out, which I've actually already done using my precision stamp press from Couture Creations. So I've actually done that. So that is now ready to go. So I'll put that aside and I'll just show you this new product from Couture Creations, which is this one you see here. I'll just move these out of the way. So this it's got all the magnets with it. Sorry, you can't quite see that. And this is the art workstation. It's a magnetic mat, and it holds you, as you can see here, it holds your stencils in place. I don't know about you, but I've had it where I've been stenciling and everything has moved and it just doesn't look right. So you can use this ruler, which is also magnetic. You can use it to hold the pieces down. Hang on, and I'll actually show you. So you can use these magnets, or you can, if you want to make sure it's straight, whoops, putting it up the right way might help. I've just been using the lines to line it up with, and then because I'm not actually using that side at the moment, I'm just putting the ruler across. Now it's going to depend on what you're doing. Now I've got these stencils here. Now as you can see, I've actually used them, and this is the card that I have already made using this set. I've used this particular one here. I'll just put that there so you can see a bit better. I used this one to make this background, but I did this first. Now this is basically a flat card, except for the greetings that I put on. And I did this all first. I did the image first, and then I went around with the stenciling. And just for a little bit more interest, I went over a couple of spots with the same green that I used in the image. So just to make it look a bit different. There's different things on the different stencils that you can use. Let's turn that over again. There's this one. I think you can see that clearly. So that's another one you can use for a pattern on there. That's not part of this image though. That one has a flower, and this one has like a border, and there's a little flower here. Now one thing that I will say, I'll just show you that again. One thing I will say is, if you go to use these again, as you can see on here, I've got ink on there. I would give them a rub over first, otherwise you might find that that ends up on your image. I mean, if you don't care, then that's fine, but I'm just going to give it a bit of a rub. I'm not actually using the same colours today that I have been. And you'll also see, I'll just see if I can get this close. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Can you? Yeah, I think you can. That one says stencil 1. So you can actually be guided. And I found that I think if I remember correctly, that also told me the way up to put it. There's stencil 2. So each one of them has got on them which order to use them in. This one doesn't, because it's actually just it's an extra. So that one doesn't have it on. There's a few, I've just put mine into a little packet, but there's a few different stamps on here as well. I like this one. I haven't used that yet, but I like that. And there's some greetings as well on there, and you also get the die cuts to go with it, as well as the stencil. So everything you've just seen all comes in the set. And there's a few different types of different images that you can get. Excuse me, I'm very croaky today. Alright, so we'll get started. I'm also using, where did I put it? Here it is. I'm also using one of these brushes. Now this is the smaller one, and this is the Couture Creations blending brush. This is a large one, and I'm not going to use that because as you can see by the size of my hand, these are smaller stencils, so I'm not going to use that particular one today. So I'm going to use a small one, but as you can see, I've actually used it for several colours, and I've just, to clean it, well, I've still got a little bit on it, but cleaning in between the colours, I've just got a bit of paper towel and just rubbed it off. That's all I've done. Oh, I just lost the stencil on the floor. Okay, we'll get going. So now let me see. That is, now I can't see which one it is. That's stencil 2. That's stencil 1. So we'll start with that. Sorry, I'm really croaky today. So this is the centers. So I've just got to find where to put it. So this is going to do this this yellowy part in the center there. So I've just got to get that on the right spot. Let me just see. I think it was there somewhere. Yeah. So see how that's sort of a triangular bit, and there's a sort of a triangular bit there for your flower. So then just get everything into place. It's just a matter of juggling it around a bit until you get used to it. That's what I found anyway. So make sure that what's in place up here, and I just put a magnet on, make sure it's also in place down the bottom. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that. I'm going to bring that in a little bit closer if I can, just so you can really see what I'm doing. Yep, that's better. Okay, see how this one now is in the right spot, and it's also in the right spot up here. Okay, so I'm going to put another magnet on there, and that's going to hold it into place. And now I could use yellow on that. I did yellow on the last one I did, but I'm going to just do a little bit of orange, and I'm just going to wipe a little bit off there because I don't want it too dark. I just want it a little bit deeper than the regular yellow. Right, so now there's not enough there. I'm going to put another little bit on and wipe a bit off because I just don't want it too dark. And just one thing I did find, just be careful on that side. Over here, you can't see most of it because it's covered, but see there's a pink line there because I got onto the edge of that. So I'm being extra careful now to keep it to the side, and being left-handed, I'm more inclined to get it across there as well. Okay, just get a little bit more. I just want to get that little bit there. I'm just going to move that magnet across a bit so I can get to that a little bit better. Alright, I think I'm okay with that now. I think I've got maybe a little tiny bit there. That's it. Okay, that one's done. So you can see on there. Okay, I'll just wipe that off now while I think of it. Alright, so the next one, this is number 2. I'm going to clean that because it's still got pink, and I've decided to use purple this time. Just be careful you don't do what I just did and lift up the stencil. Alright, okay. So I'll get the purple. Now it is quite a dark purple I've got, but I'm going to try not to make it too dark. I'll just get rid of all that orange first. And this is just a piece of kitchen towel, paper towel, that's all it is. Alright, so we'll get this on. And now I've got to remember, how did I do that? This way, I think. Yeah, this way it was. So this bit here, that little bit there, is covering up that yellow part I've just done. So that's a bit of a guide for you. It will help you get it on, but you've also got your petals. So let me just see. I'm going to try and remember how this goes. Okay, we might start down the bottom, because see this one here, I can see that clearly there. Yep, that's that one. So I'll get that in place there. And then we'll wriggle it around a bit up here. Now see how that's covered up the yellow? We'll just move that so it's just that little bit better. Sorry, I hope my head's not in the way there. and just try and get them all lined up with the black lines. So I'm going to put another magnet there, one there, and I'm going to lift that ruler up and just get that corner underneath. Just bear with me a second, I'm just going to close the door. Sorry, my husband just arrived home from the shops and I just wanted to stop the noise from him putting the shopping away. Okay, so I'll put some purple, let's have a look. Now, it's not too dark, so we'll just see how that goes. So this is all your petals we're doing this time. Okay, so I like that, I don't want it too dark. I need a bit more, so to do that I'll just brush a bit off. I'm just going to move that magnet a bit so I can get to that a bit better. And don't worry if it's not exactly even, so that you've got some a bit lighter on the edges and darker in the middle and vice versa, because that's what real flowers are like anyway. And you'll get different levels, so they're darker there and they're lighter there. That's not a problem either, because that's what real flowers are like. We get a variety even in the same colour range. I'm just making sure I've covered them all. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit, see if we get a bit more on the edge, just to make it look a little bit more natural. So we get more on that one. That one needs a bit more too. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. No, there's one there I've missed. Okay, just there, hasn't got anything on it. Oh, that one. Okay, I think that'll be okay. All right, so we'll take that one off. I'll just clean the purple off. Just be careful of these little pieces because they will get caught up if you're not careful. So I just like to get that off, so next time if I do pink or blue or something, I'm not going to end up with purple on there as well. Right, and this is my last one, and this is the leaves. Now that goes that way. Now you've got to do this one in two parts. So that's the top, you can see from the shape, and then this one's the bottom where the stalk is. So I'll do the top first, and I'll go through exactly the same process again. I'll get it onto, I hope I haven't got my head in your way, I'm sorry. That's it, get it into the right spot. So I'm just going to put that ruler over. I just find having that holds everything really well until I get those magnets on. So that's out of place. See how you can see that purple quite clearly? So I haven't got that over. I'll just put a magnet on there because the paper's moving. Let's pull that a fraction there. Oh, that's better. That's a bit better. No, I'm going to take that out of place because I haven't got that one down the bottom right. That's better. Okay. I think I've got it right now. Oh, okay, it really is just a matter of getting it in the right place, and once you've got it in the right place, there's no issue. Now you don't want this here because that's that pattern I showed you before, so I've been putting the magnet on. You don't need to do that, but it just shows me that I don't want to colour that part there. So now I'm going to grab my green. Now before I start using that, I can see I've still got quite a bit of purple on there. So I'm going to get the rest of that off there because I don't want purple mixed in with the green. These are really easy to clean. Excuse me. So get a bit of green. Now you can see the green on there. I'll just give that a bit of a rub because we don't want it super dark. Now see how, did you see how that was blotchy? And just by giving it a bit more of a rub, blending it a bit more, it did blend in beautifully. And that's what I love about these brushes, because they are really good at the blending. Right, okay, so I think I've done all that there. Just give it a little bit darker at the top. So that I might just give that little tiny bit there. Okay, that's done. Now that's perfect, absolutely perfect. So now we shall get the other part, which is this bit here. Now see the stalk and the stalk. So we do the same thing here, and we just got to get that in the right spot. And that looks perfect to me. Put my magnets on. I'm just going to put another one there. I don't think that paper will move now, but I'll just do that. I'll just get a bit more green. Brush it off a bit. Now this is doing your leaves up the top here as well. So make sure you get those as well. I'm just going to move that magnet a little bit. I just need a little bit more green, I think. I just find getting the bulk of it off stops it being blotchy to start with, and then I don't have to blend that extra little bit. So I'll miss that one a little bit. I think that's it. I think I'm done. And there we are. That's done. Yeah, see, I did get a little tiny line there, but I can get rid of that later if I want to do that. Now, if you want to make this a flat card, then you can just finish that off there. You could do what I did, which is basically I just took that stencil. I cleaned this. I just took it's a very, very bone sort of a colour, creamy colour, and just went all the way around. I just moved it. I started off just sort of like that and moved it around where I wanted it and stenciled it, and just moved these ones slightly to have it just slightly off-centered where I've put the green, just to give it a bit more colour, and that's all I did. So that's it. That's all there is to it, and it's very easy, and I just find these magnets are really strong, and I just find it really easy to use. And as I said, I love these blending brushes, and I just brush everything off, and that's it. Your brush is clean. And they do come in all different sizes. This one's quite large. I think I've used this, but I'll just show you. They come with a cover. There's that one to protect them. There's the large one. Let's see, I haven't used that one yet. That's the larger one, which is quite a bit bigger than that. They come in sets, or I think you can buy them individually as well. And then they go that way, I believe. No, hang on. That way. No, that way. They go that way in there to protect them. And I think you can actually, you could hang these up. I'm not positive on that, but I think you could probably use that to hang them up, but don't quote me on that because I'm really not sure. But anyway, that's it. I hope you found that helpful. I have found these extremely easy to use. Okay, I'll catch you next time.